What are we doing?
Go ninja, go ninja, go! Go ninja, go ninja, go! Go ninja, go ninja, go!
I prefer the song from the first movie.
Go! But it's not Ninja Turtles 2. Ninja! Rap! Because we actually talked about that already. We were talking about Out of the Shadows. I so wanted to like this movie. Like, when I saw the preview, I was so excited. What a weird case
we get a lot of I know we get a lot of flack for being fucking haters, but I really wanted to like this movie too.
Like, and there's parts that are really likable.
On paper, it looks like this should be good.
Okay, no, on paper it's fucking stupid, but it's our kind of stupid. It's the right kind of stupid.
Well, no, on paper, so was the cartoon show.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
And it looks like this was
honestly, on paper, all versions of Ninja Turtles are stupid.
Yes.
It just is. Like the original graphic novel. It was like a satire of what was good. Yeah, so it's stupid, but it still somehow should be awesome, and this just managed to be stupid, but not as awesome.
Yeah, like, there's so much stuff. It's like, one of the coolest movie experiences is when Ecto Cooler was just re-released, and they had it at Cinemark, and it was my first time trying it after all these years. I sat down, I was gonna watch a movie, a Ninja Turtles movie with Bebop and Rocksteady, the Technodrome, and Krang drinking Ecto Cooler.
And Baxter Stockman.
Yeah, and that was one of the coolest movie experiences, and the movie didn't even start yet. It was kind of like people waiting in line for episode 1. It was like, waiting for that movie was one of the best movie experiences ever. When the movie started, that was one of the worst.
And I remember when you got out of it, I asked you, so how was it? I just got a reply that was just like, eh.
Yeah, it was just like, I like, and I'm just, as I'm watching it, I'm like, it should be awesome. Why isn't this awesome? And every time it was kind of like the whatchamacallit, the newer Ghostbusters movie, where it's like every time they have something, okay, that's kind of funny, that's kind of cool. It's like, here's something just so fucking stupid and so fucking like a slap in your face.
It was a lot like that, because like, just like the Ghostbusters movie, I'm like, well, this is not the worst thing on the planet by a long shot. Like, this is just,
Yeah, just
like, but I just want something more than,
Yeah, and every single thing. And I remember when you were watching it, you were kind of saying like, well, okay, the Bebop and Rocksteady, I like these two. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
I regret
damn it.
saying that.
And Krang, you're like, okay, well, I like Krang. I'm like, wait. And it's just like, damn it. Like, every single time.
Oh, they're going to have the Technodrome? This is amazing.
Wait. And
there's the Turtle Van. That's awesome. Wait. Giant nunchuck thing. Like,
wait, yeah, that's gone.
My problem with the movie is every single thing they came up with, they ditched about a minute after they came up with it.
Or they ditched the good in it, because Bebop and Rocksteady are still in a lot of it, but then it's just like, no.
But like
then
the Turtle Van was awesome. We're blown up. I'm like, but the Turtle Van. I'm like, okay.
Well, it did blow up. Just the arms came off,
but we didn't.
But all the cool stuff about it disappeared pretty fast.
All the cool stuff about it disappeared fast. I'm like, well, we're gonna take all the cool out of that. Well, that's okay, because like you're gonna replace it with a turtle blimp or something, right? Nope.
Yeah. And the stupid thing about
when you think about that about the cartoon, the pilot that was like the first 6 episodes, that first story arc, that gave us both the turtle van and the blimp.
Yeah.
I think.
That adds up to about the amount of time this movie
why couldn't this?
And Bebop and Rocksteady and then the
Shredder
and Krang.
They did the same thing with the Technodrome, where I'm just like, they're building the Technodrome, like, this is gonna be awesome. It's like, oh no, it's gone some other dimension. I'll get you down, gotta have to see the sequel. Fuck you! Oh my god!
I don't know if there's gonna be a sequel. This seems like the summer of like all these films that should have been big, and then they're just like, oh.
I always like to think that this is finally the year where Hollywood is tapped out. We had this Turtle sequel, not Ghostbusters,
Batman, Superman, the Suicide Squad. Yeah. Actually, Suicide Squad did pretty good.
That may be the one.
Yeah, but I mean, well, and obviously the Civil War did very, very well. So there's definitely like
all of it. I feel like just,
but like
the
in
lame
terms
sequels, I think.
Yeah, and reboots. Well, I guess Civil War is a sequel,
but that's what I'm thinking. The reboot spin-off type shit.
Yeah, like I think they're, like I said, they're kind of tapping out. They're kind of like running out of it. And I really felt like, but this one didn't even have, like, it had an okay opening, but it wasn't like the grand big super opening they were looking for. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I saw this. It's not like, oh, this was shit. There was definitely shit in it, but
like
there was
Krang,
some cool stuff in it too.
4 minutes of Krang, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe they pulled this up. Like, this is actually really awesome. And then it just gets so convoluted, and he's not used right, and then it just, God,
what a weird. Just a weird voice choice too, Brad. You'd think I'd be totally okay with Brad Garrett. And to be fair, I didn't even recognize him at first, but I'm just like, this is just a weird, like, Captain Crunch sounding voice. Like, I don't even know.
I don't know if
what it is.
Yeah, I don't know if the voice bothered me that. I mean, the original.
It's gonna be a weird voice no matter what. I mean, yeah. But even his intro, so you're finally gonna see.
The original was odd.
You're gonna see Krang. And he just kind of walks in.
He walks in, explain like...
Shredder gets fucking no intro. You finally see his face. It's just, oh, he's just a dude. Yeah. Like, there's nothing distinct about him at all.
Instantly, he's just Shredder's bitch. At least you feel like in the cartoon show they had some sort of history. This was like, you're going to do this for me for reasons. And the Shredder's like, I'm interested. I don't even know what's that. A part of me just looks at, like, kind of the initial, like, just, you can almost read in the eyes, just like... There's a giant fucking brain talking to me. I guess I'm just gonna do what the giant fucking brain says. Like, almost like, I think I'm out of my league here.
And then the goddamn, so many things that are just already made easy and clear. Whatever mutagen made the turtles, have that make Bebop and Rocksteady. And have it that they're around people and that they fuse again. No, we're gonna just, for no reason, make up this totally complicated... What, our animal ancestors are pigs and rhinos? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
We have within us all of the DNA. I'm like, all right, then why don't you make it a giant fucking amoeba or something?
Yeah, this is already ridiculous. You know?
And a warthog, I'm like, why? Okay, so why is it different between the two of them? Like, one has more rhino in him, and one has more warthog?
Right? And... Oh, God. This is so stupid. But then, like, we get that cool plane battle, you know, and the tank and stuff like that. It's like, well, that was cool. And then they will never fight Bebop and Rocksteady again. It's like, damn it.
The problem is the plot... There just was no plot. It was just... It literally was a series of unfortunate events.
Here's just another stupid thing. Now we're going to this stupid thing. Now we're going to this stupid thing. Now we're going to this stupid thing. And it's like,
I remember dumping out of a couple of action scenes, and I'm just like, that action scene was cool. I was like... Why is this not working? This should be working.
There's
everything on paper, like it did.
I know it sounds weird because it's Teenage Mutant fucking Ninja Turtles, but it's like, there really is no investment.
No.
None.
Like, they don't care. They just dump you from one scene to another.
To its credit, tried to have investment in what they're doing, who they are.
The first Bay produced film?
I mean, to its credit. I mean, there's a lot of people who didn't like the film, and I totally get that. I'm... kind of half and half.
I was not excited. Like, to me, that was another one that I'm like...
But it was definitely trying.
Yeah.
It was really trying to be taken seriously.
To me, it came out as, when it was all said and done, the first film, I was like, eh. But you're right. I felt like that it was trying to actually tell a fucking story.
It was trying to be a movie, not just fan service.
Yeah,
and even the fan service didn't quite get it right.
This was like pieces of a movie that they didn't know how to string together to form a whole movie. It was just, it's like they handed it to 30 different people and said, here, you make each piece, and then in the end they didn't figure out how to put it together.
It's like those DC movies where it's like, well, we have to have 80 things in this, and we don't care if it adds up or it tells a story or if you're invested.
It's an unfinished puzzle. Basically, all they did was they took the puzzle pieces, dumped it on the table, like, we're done. Well, all the pieces are there, but how's this fit together? Now we're done. That's what this movie is.
They start to put this cool section together, then this cool section,
it's like 8 little sections.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You are not done yet. There is clearly.
Oh my god! I totally forgot about this. Fucking Arrow is in this movie.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, you cast Arrow as Casey Jones.
It's because his green. There's green in the name. That's why they put him in. So it's like, okay, he's Casey Jones.
And how do you not make that work? It seems physically impossible. If you watch Arrow, you're like, oh, this guy is Casey Jones. I'm like, I could see that in an instant.
I was gonna say, I could see him work as Casey Jones.
The casting, I'm like, that's perfect. I love Arrow. Well, I love the first 2 seasons of Arrow. That gets weird, but he was awesome in Arrow. I'm like, this is perfect casting. And then they literally like, okay, everything that made Arrow cool, we want you to do the exact opposite. Hey, you know your shitty Playboy version of your character, your Oliver Queen version, that is really just the joke within the show, particularly in the first couple of seasons? We want you to make it that, and only that. The fuck?
Yeah, and that's not what Casey Jones, in any respect, is in any version that I've seen.
Yeah, I have anger issues.
Well,
and it's not the acting. I'm like, I've seen him act. It was great. It was great in Arrow. I'm like, this is like a director's fail or whatever.
He can make it. I get the feeling that he gave them exactly what they were looking for.
Oh, I'm sure.
They want the young, pretty boy. They want. He's just a male Megan Fox.
He's done dark, gritty. I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of you kind of stuff.
And he can make it work. If he gave him like the longer hair, sort of the unshaven, and beat up his face a little bit. I mean, he can work. I mean, that could totally work.
Scrawny ass Casey Jones from the Jim Henson movie back in 1990.
That was a much better.
Was more
I
intimidating.
love that Casey Jones.
I do too. But I'm just like, you kind of look at him, and I'm just like, I'm not sure he could really beat anybody up. But I'm like, he was way more intimidating.
Yeah, he had the attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, like, what a waste.
I'm a bone crusher on ice. I'm gonna be a detective someday. It's like, oh, shut up.
How dare you? How dare you cast Arrow in this?
Yeah.
And I'm only calling him Arrow because that's who he is to me. That's fucking Arrow.
Well, like I said, that dude has clearly proven himself as a good actor. Like, a badass. He can play a badass very well, but that's not what they want.
Well, and he can flip-flop, too. But that's the thing. It's like, well, let's go with Oliver Queen instead of the actual Arrow side of it.
Why? They wanted a Backstreet Boy, pretty much, as Casey Jones. And
I got my smile, and I've got... How do you know I've got anger issues? Because I say I've got anger issues.
I'm not gonna... It's like...
We bust up that bar, that just makes me laugh with the...
Yeah. I'm bad!
Bust your CD
No, stop it! I'm throwing
karaoke machine or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was the most embarrassing. I'm like, that was intimidation? Seriously?
Yeah. Why did he wear the mask? There's pretty much no point. I mean, it's like, but even that, okay, good. He's gonna wear the mask a lot. And he does. He wears it for one scene, then it's off. No reason.
Fuck you, movie.
I feel like I haven't seen every version of Ninja Turtles. There's so many incarnations now. But I do know there's versions where he's a younger guy. He's practically a boy, and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, yeah, I feel like even when they do that, they kind of they make him kind of rough, kind of tough, or at least kind of the loner, the guy leaning against the wall like, I don't know, man, I don't know. And this guy's just like, he's just really got to get in there. He's going to be a detective, darn it.
Oliver Queen, he's playing it as like, but not even the real Oliver Queen, like the
Playboy.
The Playboy.
Yeah.
He's playing it like Christian Bale's jackass Playboy in Dark Knight and Batman Begins. The fake version of Bruce Wayne. Like, it just... fail!
Yeah. No, that was one of the hardest things to watch. It really was just like...
And you bring up the cartoons... I still feel like maybe outside of that first 1990 Turtles film, which I thought really did capture the graphic novel, that we have not had any set of movies now since then that has managed to be as good as any incarnation of the cartoons. Going back to the 80s one we grew up with, and then the multiple ones they've been doing since then, and the latest incarnation with the CGI.
A lot of people point to TMNT. I... still can't. It's not awful. It's by no means awful. It's clearly trying.
The TMNT, the movie?
The CG, one. And I'm just like,
I like the cartoon. I just like the cartoon better.
You're just trying to throw a little too much. It still doesn't make any sense. I don't think it's character-wise, it doesn't make sense.
I don't think that's a bad movie. I feel like it didn't quite capture as much as the cartoon did for me. Mm-hmm. That it was so. That one is probably the best of them since then.
Yeah,
since the first one, but
it's still...
I just feel like, how difficult is it to... It's a fucking cartoon. Why is this so difficult?
I felt like they tried to throw... It really did feel like a DC movie. They just tried to throw way too much, and it's like, just get why they're doing the things that they're doing down, and like, we'll probably be good. And just you don't need to make up too much. You don't need to make up what's already kind of fine. We'll accept the ludicrousness of all of this. Wow, that was a lot of isses. But you don't need to make up new reasons.
Turtles. I can accept the lunacy.
Yeah, you don't need to make up new reasons why Bebop and Rocksteady transform into
they were so
the way they look.
Too.
Yeah, and it's like half the time you get something either funny or even legitimately cool, and then you get something where it's like, no, that's just so clearly not funny, and it's just stupid, and not even a tee-hee, aren't they dumb? It's like, no, it's just annoying.
Oh, and Megan Fox, go home, you're drunk.
Yeah, man, she was not trying in this.
It was, I can't tell if I was more angry at her or embarrassed for her. Wow. It was harsh. Such a non-performance that I'm like, am I legitimately pissed off that you're throwing in so little effort? Or are you throwing an effort and this is just really embarrassing? But it was a non-performance.
The worst scenes are when her and Casey Jones are on screen and that's it. Because you have one guy that's trying his hardest to be this really obnoxious character that the director and the producers want. And then you have her that's just, I don't give a shit.
She's like fucking working on her nails. Like, line read.
And it's like just these two opposites that neither are working. And then you throw in Laura Linney, who is just like, I'm just going to be that character. With the big bug eyes, which was kind of fun because she is such a cliche.
I am the chief, and I am saying things, and you will do what I tell you.
Yeah,
and then, it was like such a stock character.
Yeah, which was kind of fun because it was just so bad and crazy and over the top. That's kind of like, okay, it's just fun to see Laura Linney be like, where are these turtles? You know, I mean, you can't
argue sexism in a film like this because even the male characters are so fucking like, what the hell?
No, if anything, she's just the female version of all those male chief characters you see. You've gone too far, McGonagall.
It was just a trope.
They just changed the gender. It's still a stupid trope, you know, but it's kind of fun.
The original one had it, but she was fun, and in the same way the police chief from the 1990 film was fun.
Yeah.
Are you telling me how to do my job?
Oh, that guy.
That was amazing.
Oh my god, that guy. Yeah, no, he was fun. See, now I'm just thinking back to the first film.
I know, and I'm just thinking, it's still better. Like, we still, for all this technology, have not made a film better than the one with
fuck the technology.
Muppets.
Those fucking turtle suits, nothing beats those. Those are still amazing. Even when you can see, like, the person's eyes in the mouth.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying nowadays
it's 10 times more realistic.
We've got computers that can make reality better than reality. I'm like, it still didn't do any better than the little robot puppet suits.
Yeah, no, those still look 10 times better. And that was a goddamn independent film.
We'll get 1,000 comments. It's like, I didn't believe those for a second.
I totally do. I can watch those today and be
welcome to the 21st century, guys.
No, and computers have come a long way and really are getting better by many, many means, you know, and I like...
well, it's just still the simple fact that it's there. There were really guys in suits with robotic mouths that move, and it looks weird. Their mouths are all like... with the lips, but I mean, I'm like, it's still there. Like, you don't have to try to convince me it's there. I'm like, I believe it's there, and...
It's one extra filter taken out that you don't need to try and convince people.
I like somebody was trying to tell me once. It's like, yeah, but it looks so weird. Like, their lips move, but I'm like, they're fucking mutants! Like, what are they supposed to look like?
I mean,
just
they still
blame it on the mutagen.
No, they still look amazing to me. Even when you point and see, you can see kind of the wire there. You can see that hanging out.
You can see like when they open their mouth. Sometimes you can see the guy's face inside.
Yeah.
But I love moments like that. Like, little things like that are kind of fun about, like, old school movies. And nowadays it's all CGI, and it's like when they screw up, it just looks fake. There's nothing fun about it. Like, you can't spot anything. You're just like, oh,
there's
that
always
looks lame. Like,
when something movies. I mean, I've talked about this before. It's very much an illusion. You're looking at a blank screen, you know, but you're supposed to make people feel like you're really there and it's going on, stuff like that. And the one hurdle that CG always has to jump is that it has to make you think that it's really, really there. And when you have a puppet or an animatronic or anything like that, that's one hurdle it never has to jump.
It has to make you think it's alive. You've already jumped that hurdle.
Yeah, it has to make you think it's alive or the spirit of being alive, which CG can do very, very well. It can make you think it's alive, and you could even in some respects argue it may sometimes have that over animatronics or puppets and stuff like that, but it still has to jump that hurdle that it's there. And, you know, sometimes it can, but it's still trying to be the shepherd. You know, it's still not quite there. And I feel every time years and years go by...
you get a Gollum or something where you're just like, okay, I can buy that. But
here's the thing.
Many times I get characters I'm just like, that's not there.
No, and here's the thing. Years and years go by, and we look back, we're like, oh, that CG doesn't age well, that CG doesn't age well. Where we can look at the turtle costumes in, the Ninja Turtles and still be like, that looks amazing. It looks phenomenal.
Still works.
I mean, it's still really,
They
really
haven't
works.
done that, they haven't done much.
Labyrinth, we were watching that, and we're just like, amazing.
Like, they built all these sets, they had all these,
Still so impressive.
The only thing that sucks in Labyrinth is the green screen effect.
Yes. There's where CG could have come in and could have made that better.
Like, that's a moment where I'm just like, oh, I totally would have been like, yeah, let the CG take over.
Yeah. So it's a give or take. I mean, there's always going to be that balance, but it is a balance. You do need both. You need, like Force Awakens, you need that balance of both in there.
The only thing I liked is we finally got our black Baxter Stockman.
Yes.
Our Blackster Stockman.
Yes. We definitely made that joke.
So,
and even I am not, I don't hate Tyler Perry. I really don't. I haven't seen many of his comedies, so maybe that's why. I have seen some of his dramatic work, and I like it.
I don't have an issue with Tyler Perry. I just don't like the Medea movies, but...
No, I'm
like, that's fine. I don't have to like the Medea movies. But I have no, if Tyler Perry shows up in something and he's not playing Medea, I'm not like, oh my god, it's Tyler Perry.
No,
I'm like, who cares?
Fine. Yeah, no, and everyone's like, when he was in Gone Girl, they're like, oh my god, he can really act. It's like, there have been plenty of movies he can act fine in, plenty of movies he's directed that are fine. I think people just think of the Medea
Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey movies. It's like, no, there's a lot of them I hate, but occasionally they'll show up in something. I'm like, oh, they're perfectly fine here.
Yeah, no, they are totally legitimately talented. It does suck.
I thought it was good to see him. I wanted a better plot around, I don't know.
Even the character, I felt like you almost have something here. It's like Bebop and Rocksteady, you almost have this really
they don't
funny
go anywhere with
character, but then it's sort of thrown away for some sort of, just laugh weird. Ho, 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 ho. It's like, see guys, that was funny, because he went ho, 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 and we're going to do it 5 more times, so that's what was supposed to be funny. It's like,
I guess that's what bothers me. I feel like this movie was, aimed at everybody, but for the most part I came out of it feeling like, yeah, this was aimed for the under 10 crowd.
Yeah, even though they're trying to hit the over 30 crowd.
Yeah, which is what I find weird. And it felt like I'm like, okay, this is really for 5 to 10-year-olds. But it's PG-13, of course.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like even for something for 5 to 10-year-olds, you should tell a goddamn story. That's because the original film, I thought it was gritty and stuff, and we saw it as kids. I think we were 10 maybe when that came out.
Yeah, I mean it was PG, and there
would have been 8
and stuff,
yeah, but it told a story. I still didn't feel like I was being talked down to. I feel like this just kind of talks down to kids. Like, well, we don't need to bother with a whole story. Like, here's just some funny fart jokes and some shit we'll throw on the screen, and there you go. Oh, and here's a bunch of fan service for you 30-year-olds, because we know you just want your fucking nostalgia, and you don't need anything good, so here, swallow it! Swallow it!
It definitely felt like a chart movie. Like, the chart says this will work,
the chart says we need at least
to get the little kids will get this, to get the adults we need this.
Van. We'll need a fart joke for the kids. We'll need these characters. We'll need the Technodrome. Well, that's going to be expensive. Have it get sucked into a dimension before the very end. So long as it's in there, it counts. The fanboys will say, "Well, at least it got to see the Technodrome."
Well, and it also kind of felt like, they were, when Schumacher was doing Batman and Robin, he said there was much more, because Forever was a hit. They said there was much more emphasis on getting the commercial, the toy brand and stuff. And I did feel like, oh, well, there's the skateboard, there's the turtle van, there's the Technodrome. It felt more like we're putting this in so we can sell toys.
And they never told the story. And I know it sounds strange that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles needs a story, but every basic thing, no matter how stupid, still needs a story. And if you don't do that, then...
Yeah, it's just going from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing. That's pretty much our thoughts. I don't think it's the worst.
It had some cool moments. I've seen
the cool moments are very cool. Gotta give it credit.
It's the sort of thing that I'm like, I don't regret renting it, or Netflixing it or whatever, or Amazon, and seeing it once. But I'm not sure I would have even wanted to see it on the big screen. Like, oh, I needed to see that on the big screen.
I saw it on the big screen. I don't remember being anything... special.
Yeah, it's just something I'm like, all right, that's cool. I saw it once, but now it's pretty forgettable.
Yeah. The cool scenes that were kind of the callbacks were cool, and you know the fight when they fought Bebop and Rocksteady, it's like that was so freaking cool. I mean, it's just like I can't believe I kind of just saw that. And then when they fight Krang and the big body,
we waited.
That's pretty cool.
For those of you who are not old enough, like us dinosaurs.
Yeah, us 30-year-old dinosaurs.
Us late 30s dinosaurs. We've waited decades for this because we got cheated in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, and it looked like back in the day that we were going to have Bebop and Rocksteady in that movie because preliminary, like, you know, pictures and stuff had come out, and then when we see the movie, it's like, aha, Toka, Razar, and I'm like, what are these things that are not Bebop and Rocksteady? You assholes.
Can barely talk.
You assholes! And we have never gotten Bebop and Rocksteady in a movie since then.
Or Krang,
Or Krang. So on that level, I actually do respect that this movie finally had the balls to just be like, we're doing this.
Well, and they really look like them, and they're good designs.
Because I have waited since 1992 to see Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang in a movie. And the designs were good, so I give the art guys, like, that much credit. That you did a good job of, like, I'm like, this is actually... Because I was like, how are you going to do Krang? How? And when I saw it, I'm just like, wow, that actually really freaking works. I'm like, that's really amazing. Like, you didn't. I take it seriously.
Well, that's kind of what pisses me off more, because it's like, you had us. I mean, it's like, you didn't need that much more. And somehow you still
that's one case where I thought the CGI actually worked, because I'm like, oh, that's cool to see all the tentacles. And I'm like, I like that. I like that. Like, the CGI there worked because it kind of needed to be cartoony.
And even with Bebop and Rocksteady, I
hate all CGI.
Yeah, no, I was going to say Bebop and Rocksteady and the way they moved and stuff, I can't see doing that like animatronic or person in a suit or something like that.
It would have been tough.
For to get those fight sequences and stuff, I'm like,
to get them like that, you could do it, but you'd be CGIing so much of it anyway that you
it's like, why not just go CGI? And even with Krang, I was thinking like, no, you could still do animatronic like pretty good, but then I'm thinking like for him to come out, swoop around, and I stuff, love that. That was a nice addition. That
was something I thought was really cool. But again, it's like, oh, that was a really cool moment. Why don't I like this movie? And then it's all the little filler stuff in between where we're like, oh, this is awful.
Yeah.
It's really awful.
And you just think these would not be hard problems to fix, you know? I mean, just in writing or whatever, but just, maybe they kept the, no, now you gotta throw this in, now you gotta throw this in, now you gotta throw, well, this doesn't tie in with this, and maybe they had no time. I don't know, but it just didn't quite work, but, I'm happy I saw Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang and the Technotron. I'm glad I finally got to see that in a movie.
Could use a few more mousers, but that's okay. Baby steps, baby steps.
Couldn't even have the Fly go in there, in the car with him, whatever. But, yeah, so there it is. That's our initial thoughts. Don't hate it, but definitely don't love it either. So,
it's definitely one of those movies where I'm like, okay, that happened.
Yes.
That exists. Not the end of the world, but I'm not going to sit here and dwell on it much.
Nothing much else to say.
We always say that after having talked for like an hour about it.
Yeah, like, you know, oh, we're not going to think about it too much. We just talk, 20 minutes about it, something like that.
To be fair, though, this is the first time I've thought about it since seeing it.
That is true. I haven't really thought that much about it since the review. So, nothing else to say except, go ninja, go ninja, go! Go ninja, go ninja, go! Go, 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 go! Ninja, ninja, rap! Ninja, ninja, rap!
Pizza time!